Alright, so about a year ago, I made a video explaining how you can create a Minecraft Java server using the Oracle Cloud and how you can have like Fabric mods on it all for completely free. That was a whole year ago, and obviously Minecraft is a lot different and the Oracle Cloud website is a lot different, so I thought I'd make another video basically explaining how to do the exact same thing, but just a bit more updated. So I'm going to be doing like kind of pretty much the exact same thing. I'm using the exact same three softwares that I was using last time. It's just, things are a little bit newer and different. So I thought I'd make another video, um, just explaining how to do it now rather than 1 year ago. So the same three softwares that I used in the last video, I'm going to be using in this video. So make sure you download FileZilla and PuTTY and And then basically the first thing you need to do is go over to the Oracle Cloud website and create an account. So this can actually be the hardest part for some people because it does involve having some kind of method of payment. As I said, this is free. It is free, we're using free services and we're not paying any subscriptions. But when you first sign up for the free tier and create your account, you do need to put in a payment method and pay a little bit of money just so you can verify your account and verify your payment method. But once that's done, you'll get refunded. So when you sign up, make sure you sign up for the free tier and get that all that kind of account verification done and get it done properly and put in your card details because it makes making an instance a lot easier. If you don't have the free tier, it's really difficult to create a compute instance because basically you're not being your account isn't being prioritized because your account isn't verified. So make sure your account and your card details get verified and all that. It is free though. Once you get all past all that stuff, everything is free. Now that you've done that, come over to the home page and we're going to go to instances. If you don't see it here, go to the top left, go to compute and go to instances. And basically just create a new instance. And I'm going to call it Minecraft server. You don't need to change a lot of the things here, but you do need to change shape to an ARM-based processor. Click on VM Standard Flex, and in here there's a couple of things that we need to change, which is the number of OCPUs, not 40, 4 and 24. The reason for this is because this is the maximum amount of memory and CPUs that you're allowed to have using a free tier account. If you go anything above this, you're going to have to spend money. So if you're thinking about having multiple servers, you're going to have to split this across your servers. Say you have 2 servers, you're going to need each of them to have 2 CPUs with 12 gigabytes of memory. I'm just doing one, so I'm going to use the maximum amount I'm allowed on my one server, which is 4 CPUs and 24 gigabytes of memory. If you do any more, then you're going to have to pay money. So just press select shape, and then next, and then next again. And in networking, we want to create a new virtual cloud network, and then scroll down to our keys, generate a key pair for me, and press download private key. This is important because we're going to need our key for later on. And press next, next, and then create. Now, it can take a few minutes for your server to get properly set up, but once it starts to get set up in networking, we should see subnet once it's loaded. There we go. So once we see subnet, we can click on subnet, go to security, default security list, and then security rules, and then add ingress rules. And there's 2 ingress rules that we want to add. So the first one here is 0.0.0.0/0, /0 with an IP protocol of TCP. That's for ingress rule 1. Don't change anything else. The second one is 0.0.0.0/0 with an IP protocol of UDP. That's it. That's the only 2 rules we need to add. So just press add ingress rules. And then once that's done, we can go back to our instances and we can go back to our Minecraft server. It should be running now. Yeah, it's all up and running. So once that's done, we can go and open up PuTTY and then press load. and it's going to be in our downloads folder. And if you don't see it straight away, then just come here and press all files. And then you're going to see the key that we just downloaded. It's going to say successfully imported the key. Just press OK, save key, and then press yes. Now I have a folder for my keys, so I'm just going to put it in here and I'll call it MC key. And then click save. And then once that's done, we can close out of PuttyGen and open up Putty. And this is basically how we're going to access all the stuff inside our server. So we're going to need to have the IP address, public IP address for our instance that we created. So just click copy and then paste that into the host name here. Make sure you're on port 22 and connection type SSH. And then you're going to come down here to connection, SSH, auth, credentials. And then for the key file, you just click browse and it's going to be the key that we made from PuttyGen. And then click open and log in as OPC. So there's a few things that we want to do first of all, and that's run some commands. So I'm going to put these 3 commands are the first ones that we want to do. I'll put them in the description. All you need to do is copy and paste them in. So just copy, and then when you're pasting into here, you can't press Control V, you're going to have to right click. So just right click and it'll paste it in and then press enter. And this should all say success. And then once that's done, we want to do mkdir, so make directory. I'm just going to call it Minecraft, and then cd Minecraft. And basically what that does is it's going to make a folder called Minecraft, and then cd is change directory Minecraft. So now we're inside of our folder that we just created, and there's a couple more commands that I want to run, and that's to install Java and install tmux. So just keep in mind we're running these commands outside of the folder, and then once we're in the Minecraft folder, we're installing Java and tmux inside the Minecraft folder. We can just press Y to accept that, and then the other one that we want to download is tmux. So I'm just going to copy and then paste that in as well. And there we go. So the next thing that we need to do is head on over to this website, fabricmc.net/use/server. And the Minecraft version can be whatever you want, but I'm just going to do the most recent version, which is 1.21.11, and download this jar file. And once that has downloaded, we're going to come on over to FileZilla, go to File, Site Manager, and we're going to make a new site with the protocol SFTP, and the host is going to be the IP address of our server. So just copy that and paste that into the host. Make sure you're on port 22, logon type, key file, user, OPC, and then browse for the key that we got from PuttyGen, and then click connect. And then once we're here, we can see the Minecraft folder that we just made. So double click on that, and once we're in our Minecraft folder, we can just open up our files and go to downloads, and then drag in that jar file that we downloaded from FabricMC and paste that into there. And then once that's done, we can go back over to here, and we want to grab the launch command. So just copy the launch command from FabricMC, and then head on over to our putty and paste that in. Don't worry about the RAM here. It says 2G. There is something that we need to change just before. So basically, this is gonna try and launch the server and create a Minecraft world, but it's not gonna work because we haven't accepted the EULA, which is basically like the terms and conditions. So it says failed to load. You need to agree to the EULA. So to do that, we just type nano eula.txt and then just change that to true. And then hit Control X and then Y and then enter, and that basically saves and exits. and then we can try and launch again. So if I paste in my launch command, just before you hit enter, there's one thing that you might need to change, and it depends on how much RAM you initially allocated when you were creating your instance. So if you remember correctly, I did 24. So I'm just going to put the full 24 in here, and then I'll have all the storage that I have on my server, and then just hit enter. And there you go. Basically, it's finished creating the world, and it's up and running on the server. So if I were to load into Minecraft and connect to the server, I would be able to play on my Minecraft server that I just made. There's a couple of things I want to show you, and that's tmux and mods and the server properties. So just really quickly, you're going to have to restart FileZilla and then reconnect. Just press connect. And if you go back into your Minecraft folder, you can see all these new folders and files that have been added because we've launched our server and we've created the Minecraft server. So just quickly, I'm going to stop the Minecraft server so that I can show you this. There's one called server properties. So if you type nano server.properties, in here is all the settings that you can change for your server. So you can add a whitelist, you can change the message, you can change the difficulty. One of the big ones is the level name. So if you wanted to put in a world that you've maybe downloaded from online, then you can drag that world into this into here, and you can change the level name to whatever that world is called, and it will put that downloaded world onto your server. Another thing that you can do is if you go into your .minecraft folder and then you go to saves, these are basically your single player worlds. So if you paste these, just drag these over here and then change the level name to whatever it is, then you'll be able to play your single player worlds on your server for other people to join, which is pretty cool. That's basically the server.properties. There's also like the whitelist and stuff. So if you just want to play with friends and not have random people join, I would recommend putting on a whitelist and adding them to it. The other thing is mods. So you can see there's a mods folder that's been created. Basically, the best way to add mods is this website here, Modrinth. Just go to server and then select whatever game version it is. Most of these here are like libraries and optimization mods, which are they're always really good to have on your server. But basically, you can just add these. Like, say I wanted this one, I would just select, press download, and then I can go over to FileZilla, and then if I just go to my downloads, I can paste that into my mods folder. The next time that I restart my server, I'll have that mod on my server. A lot of these are like libraries, so what you'll find is a lot of mods require you to have like APIs or different libraries, things like Kotlin and Silk and stuff like that. You need to download these kinds of things to be able to run other mods. I think that's it for mods. Obviously, if you try and put a client-side mod onto your uh, mod folder inside the server, then that's not going to work because it's only server-side mods that are going to work for your server. The last thing I wanted to show you is tmux. So basically, if I have my server running, as I just showed you, and then I close out of PuTTY, or if I turn off my computer, then the server is going to shut down and people aren't going to be able to join it. And obviously, you kind of want this to be a 24/7 thing. You want it to be always up and running so that people can join it. And that's where tmux comes in. So this website here, tmuxcheatsheet.com, has got all the commands on it. Basically, go ahead and create a tmux session. I'm just going to call it MC. So tmux new -s MC. And that creates a new session. And then if you paste your launch command from fabric MC into here, so basically now that the Minecraft server has launched from the tmux session, I'll be able to close out of PuTTY. I can even turn off my computer and I can still join the Minecraft server. So let's go ahead and load into it. Obviously, the server address is going to be the IP address of the instance on Oracle. So just paste that in there, and then, I don't know, call it something, and you should be able to join it. So I have Putty closed right now. I can even turn off my computer. I can still join the world because it's running off of the tmux session. So there you go. I think that's basically everything that I needed to show you. I can make a video on client-side mods or even like custom mod packs that you can add. But yeah, that's basically it for this one. So yeah.